so with A-Mo, man, how you doing tonight, brother?
Corey, what's happening, boy?
Hey, man, we chilling, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you taking time and let me chop it up with you, fam.
But it's long overdue, bro. I ain't seen you since my brother was home.
I know, man. So, like, when I hit you up, man, like, I was real appreciative of you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Hit me back. But, I want to chop it up with you, man, because one day I was on Twitter. Man, and, I don't know how I seen it. I don't follow this dude. And the dude was like, man, if Anthony Morrow can come from West Boulevard and go to the NBA, I could do anything, yo. So I was like, hey, that's so dope, man. I was just like, yo, how does it feel to be an inspiration to people? You know what I mean?
I get more out of that than I've gotten more emotionally and spiritually out of that than anything I ever did on the court, bro.
Right.
Like, I done had people come to me and say that to me from like Minnesota or something, like anywhere I played.
Right.
Like people would hit me up from Idaho, like,
yeah,
man, you was inspiration of my son, and it ain't even it's like it ain't got nothing to do with race or nothing. Like it might be like an Asian family. Right. My son got my jersey on in the crowd in Portland or a random city that I've never, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Nah, that's dope, man.
Nah, bro, I think about that though. I'm like, man, like at one point in my life I was homeless. Me and my mom were walking through the projects with a mattress. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And literally I can like change somebody's life. So that's why I use my platform for stuff that I think is positive. Like you go on my platforms, man, it's God, family, basketball, you know what I'm saying? Right. My kids, funny stuff out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's my real self. Like you see me on the court and you see what I represent. When you see me on social media, that's who I am in my life. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, that's what we should use that for. You feel me? Like that make me feel good when people come to me and say, man, like that's dope that you did this, or that's dope that you said this stuff I said 4-5 years ago in an interview.
Right, yeah.
Remember that? Like I'm like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? That's a real thing, you dig?
That's official, man.
Yeah. It's top, man. We put all this in there. Pops.
Yeah, we good.
Pops bringing more lights out here. Thank you, Dad.
Slow, man.
All right. Thank you, Dad.
That's real though.
Yeah, seafood, man. Pops in here cooking. Hey, on the record, my dad is a real chef, and he go hard.
Hey, he cool people too. It's my first time meeting Pops. Hey man, he made me feel like I've been coming around, man.
Whenever we put this out, if you know me, you know Dad. You know where I'm at Daddy house right now. Big homie, my Pops, man. I love him.
Right. Yo, so speaking of like you on social media and stuff on your platforms, man, when I first met you, I figured you was a cool dude, but when I sat down and talked to you, I'm like, hey man, this brother, he aware, man, he conscious and stuff, man, and you too, bro. Appreciate it, man.
You gotta get your joint jumping. You got to, bro. Cause you funny and you do your. I don't want to take away from the thing. I'm just saying, like,
you good.
You do your thing, bro. And it's just so happened that you, my brother's like one of his closest friends. He talked about you all the time, bro.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. This is, hey, man.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, this was law of attraction, though. But anyway, what I was saying, man, just like when I follow you on like IG or Twitter, it's like I get to know you. When you talked about your sons and stuff, I seen where your twins had their first birthday. Like, I don't have kids, man, but how does it feel, man, just to be a father, man?
Man, it changed me. Like my daughter, she about to be 9 in January, and she's in Atlanta.
Right.
And that changed me immediately. I remember holding her. I was crying I was crying more than her. I had a newborn baby, bro. She wasn't even crying. She was looking at me.
Right.
And I was looking at her, and I was on the phone with my mama, and I was crying hard, like I couldn't uncontrollably.
Right.
So, and she was just looking at me, and I was just like, yo, man, this is the best day of my life. Like I ain't never felt that kind of love before.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how I felt all my kids, bro. I got 4 kids. You know what I'm saying? My daughter, Anaya, Kaden, my 5-year-old. I got my twins, Amiri and Malachi. And I felt the same thing with all my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I had you know what I'm saying, growing up, like I ain't always had my father and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have that. You know what I mean? So like it was something that was special to me, and I was like, no matter what, like, you know, my mama had to do this on her own.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm like, look, at the end of the day, I'm gonna be there with my kids. Like,
and
from the bad, good, all that. Cause my mama, I had to get older to realize how much she sacrificed for me. You feel
Right,
me?
yeah.
So like that's
Sure.
why I'm like my kids are gonna have to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? And I know like I don't like when I say that, I just want to say this because I know everybody got their story.
Right.
And a lot of dudes from the NBA, I mean I don't know what the percentage is, 80% minority, black,
Right.
you know what I mean? So like it's come from stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But like I don't want to make it that with me. Like I never want to do that. Like I came from some wild growing up, but I know a lot of people go through stuff. But my thing is I don't want to promote that.
Right.
I want to promote like, look, whoever you are in your life, whatever you do, be the best version of you. Take care of your kids, bro. Take care of your life. Take care of like be who you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm trying to do, bro. And
Yeah.
I thank God that my mom, she sacrificed a lot. Like whoever sacrificed for you, reciprocate that love, man. I got my mom a house and a car before I bought myself. I was living with my dad here in this house for my first like 3-4 years in the league.
Yeah.
I had money to get whatever I wanted, but he was like, until you find a house, stay with me. Don't waste money. Don't rent. Own.
Dope.
You feel me?
Jules, man.
And his mom, my grandma Mayhew, God bless her. She tattooed right here. I love her to death. I miss you, grandma. She said, I'm gonna show you how to invest. Gerber. We had the penny a day Gerber thing for me and all my cousins. She did that. That's the way I learned how to invest, bro. Now I got trust funds for my kids and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's how I learned how to do that.
Right.
Through her, bro. And they ain't come from no money. Yeah, like we gotta take them Jews they drop on us. And now all my cousins, I got cousins that's Luke. I got friends. They you know they well off and stuff like that.
Right.
Cousins. You know what I'm saying? My cousins that came up under that same thing, they doing the same thing, bro.
Yeah,
we got trust funds and they ain't playing NBA. They got good jobs, making 6 figures, and they doing what they need to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we all came from North Charlotte, East Charlotte. I'm from West Charlotte. Like, but grandma planted that seed early.
Right.
And we living by that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
all it take, bro.
That's it, man.
That's why I do what I say, and I do what I do because I want people to know that. You know what I mean? Like,
and, man, and that's so dope, man, because one thing, you're relatable, and two, man, it's just like you're putting that imagery that we need to see. We need to see more black men being a part of their children's lives and stuff like that, man. I just think that's so dope, man. And because you hear so many.
Shout out to the dads that's doing that, because a lot of dads doing that, and a lot of dads in our communities, a lot of black fathers are taking care of their kids and taking care of other dudes' kids.
Right.
And I want to acknowledge that. That's real. I salute you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, mothers is doing like it's not the gap is closing when it comes to black dads not taking care of the gap is closing. I feel like it's closing. I know it's closing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And
we need to promote more of that, man, because they always put all this shit out there that, you know, black people ain't about their business, man. We ain't raising our kids and stuff, man. And that's a narrative that ain't always true, man. And just for you to go through that situation and be like, nah, man, that ain't gonna be me, man. I salute you for that, man. Like, I appreciate that, bro. Man. That's official, man. And so go ahead, man.
It ain't no, it ain't like, it's not like a job, bro. Like it's like I should be doing this, and I enjoy doing it, bro.
Man, I see it, man. I mean, when you
love that,
with
bro.
Them, kissing your, that's dope, man.
I'm like, if I don't do it, who gonna do it?
Right.
Like, I gotta do it. I didn't know I would have 3 boys. Right. I never thought I had. I thought I was gonna have all girls. After I had my first daughter, I was like, I'm gonna have all girls.
Yeah.
And God bless me with 3 boys, and I'm like, if I'm not gonna show them love and affection and discipline them and be on them and hug and kiss them and love them, who else gonna do that? They need to see me wake up with them every day.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm planting seeds every day in their lives and they babies. You know what I'm saying? But you know, my son 5, and I'm right there. Like I you know, you got to do that, bro.
Man, you right, man. And so, you know, you've accomplished a lot. Like I said, you're an inspiration in the community and stuff, man. But what would you say, if you can say it? I'm quite sure it's plenty of things. What would you say is thus far, is your greatest accomplishment?
Kids, bro. You know what I'm saying? And just being true to myself. I came in this league 9 years ago, undrafted, and I remember days where we didn't know what we was gonna eat and shit. Like, I remember all the crazy shit when I was a kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was broke until I was in the league, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was 22, 23 years old when I you know, was playing for the Warriors. And I was still living in the hotel and going to practice. I ain't had no house. You see me pull up in Bentleys and Phantoms and You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I was like, it made me realize the discrepancy between people like me and people that was on, but you in the same locker room, cool with the same dudes, going out to the club with the same guys, out to dinner and shit. I'm like, that's crazy that we can all look the same, but they put me in the same category of anybody else. So that made me humble. I'm like, yo, this shit ain't what people think it is.
Right.
Like I had to grind for 3 years to sign my first lucrative deal with the New Jersey Nets at the time.
Yeah.
And it was like, you gotta really understand, like this shit ain't no, like you look at, like I had a period in my life where my mama I had to sit down with my mama, and she had to explain to me like, look, man, like you have to understand that what you doing and how you thinking is different. Even though you not on like these guys and money and all that, you have to understand people looking at you like that.
True that.
You got to keep doing your shit and grinding because you got to take care of you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm taking care of my mama.
Right.
She talking about me though. That's why she my hero, bro.
Yeah,
like she, you know what I'm saying? But she was just like, you got to make sure you take care of your shit because nobody gonna care. You can get all his accolades, be gone, but and then you out the league like that.
Yep.
This is when I was a rookie second year guy. I wasn't even on a real contract back then. And then we hit 9 years later, and I'm like, mama, I love you so much for what you told me, because that made me, it gave me that mentality. I was already I'm already in the gym, hard work guy, like all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and I give thanks to God for everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, she put that in my head, like it was like reinforcement.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
she gave that to me, bro. Like, make sure you. Cause it could be over with, bro.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you just need to hear that, man. You know what I mean?
Tell you, like, this crazy. My mama was like, after college, you ain't coming home and just working at Bojangles. You better get a job. You better do. She said Bojangles. I never forgot that, bro. And I was so scared of that shit, bro. Like I'm 19, 20 years old, and I'm like, I don't want to go work at Bojangles when I go back.
Right.
Home, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
man.
And that's why I do, you know, investment wise, and just like in terms of like trust funds for my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the shit that I do off the court in the community, stuff that I'm getting booming, bro. I want to continue to do that because I'm like, it's not just about, basketball is what I do, bro. It ain't who I am.
Right.
I'd have did it for free if anybody else in the league was doing it for free.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Sure,
like, they gotta do it free too.
Right,
you know
right.
But like, I mean, this is a passion, bro. That shit saved my life. You know what I'm saying? My mama invested time, everything into that. You feel me? And I was like, man, I thank God for that, man. I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like God bringing me, and everything that I have done, I feel like God put me in that realm to do. You know what I mean? And my mama, and you know what I mean? I just thank God for all that, bro.
Man, that's dope, man. That's a dope story, man. Like, all right, so I'm gonna switch gears a little bit right now, right? So I remember I was looking at your IG page one day, man, and you say you had a child. You got the daughter is in Atlanta, right? Mm-hmm. So
Anaya Monet.
Okay, Anaya, shout out.
That's my baby right there, boy.
So with that being said, you was going down there and you ran into some issues.
Yeah, some shit.
You had some junk going on, and like, I always want to talk to you about this anyway because of what I used to do, my previous background, man. Like, being a father, man, and knowing what we go through as black males, let's just be real, you know what I'm saying? Black males, man, how does that feel to have to bring up children in society right now, man?
I mean, it is. It's like what it is,
right? You
know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I was driving through Georgia. I got pulled over by the police, profiled crazy, 5:41 on a Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Broad daylight, out my car. I'm relaxing. They searching my car, bring the dogs out twice, Officer Fuller and Officer Fleming. And they did all kind of shit, you know what I'm saying, that they wasn't supposed to do. They was in my car without consent.
Right.
No probable cause, nothing. Like, everybody can go read, you know, you saw it. You go on my page and you can Google it, whatever. I didn't know it was gonna go, I didn't know that it was gonna go crazy like that. I just wanted to put it out what had happened. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool. I mean, I'm glad it did, but it was just wild, bro. Like, I'm like literally trying to just drive down to get my daughter. They pulled me over on some, you know, profiling shit. They like, we found 50 pounds of weed on the guy last week. I'm like, what the f? I'm like, bro, I'm not even thinking about that. Like, I'm like, literally, bro, I'm an hour away from Atlanta, Georgia, bro, or an hour and a half or whatever it is. I'm like, bro, I've been driving for 2-3 3 hours already,
Yeah.
bro. What are you like? Why are you pulling me over? You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like,
yeah.
do you have any reason? Your tent's dark. They ain't checked my tent till after like 15 minutes of trying to get me to tell them that they was asking me, do you have drugs, guns, weed?
So they just
anything in the
use
car,
the tent as an excuse to
Oh
try
yeah,
to
but
get in your car.
they ain't doing it until after that though.
Gotcha.
They didn't even ask me about that till like 20 minutes after they was asking about do I have drugs, money, and guns in the car. I'm like, I ain't got nothing in the car. And I said, I do have a pistol. You can check it.
Yeah.
I do have a pistol and I'm licensed for it.
Right.
But I ain't even have it on me. It was in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm licensed for everything, bro. I said, I got 2 uncles that sheriffs.
Right.
They didn't know I knew the law. They just looked at me and seen what you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
guess whatever they was looking for. And I was like, you know, that was crazy. But I just thank God I ain't had none of my kids with me.
Right.
I would never. That would have really hurt my heart for my daughter to see that. And it's crazy because when I got to Atlanta, it had went viral, like a couple days later, and like people was talking to me about it when I'm with her. So I had to sit her down and talk to her about what happened. Because too many people was coming to me like, yeah, man, that was crazy, blah, blah, police, blah, blah. It was like a lot of police talk. And I had to tell her, like, look, all police ain't bad.
Right.
I said, I got profiled and this is what I had to explain that. How you explain that to an 8-year-old? Why do I have to do that?
Right.
That hurt me to have to do that, bro. You feel me? Like that, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing, man. A lot of times, I think, like, when we try to, if you haven't been in that situation before, you don't understand it. And a lot of time, other people don't understand that. And they think we just trying to blame stuff, but that's actually that's reality, yo.
It's real, bro. It's real. It's not no, like, for everybody listening, it's real. People get profiled, and it's not just black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a real issue that we have to talk about and we have to address. You feel me? And you worked in law enforcement, you understand that. And I got my uncle, one of my uncles is retired, and one of my uncles is a standing sheriff in Mecklenburg County.
Right.
I ain't gonna, I mean,
Right,
I don't know if they want me to do that, you know what I'm saying? But I talked to him about it, and he was, my uncle that's still a sheriff.
Yeah.
He was like, man, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I went through this, and it was crazy how many people that I've been knowing for years had crazy stories like that, worse than mine, that they never said, because we look at this, they never have brought it out because they look at it like that just is what it is. That shit is wrong to me. That, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
it's crazy because I know officers, and me myself, I've had issues of being, and I ain't told people this, of being profiled, and I was a cop. You know what I'm saying? So like when I took off that uniform, they ain't think I was a cop. You know what I'm saying? So
you just you at this point,
right, man?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some things like that happen, bro. Man. Like, it's unfortunate. Well, let me ask you this: do you think? I mean, it's about to be 2018, man. Do you think there will be any type of change, or you think this is just one of those things that, it is what it is?
No, I feel like it got to be some kind of reform in the justice system. And we gotta watch, and I said this in Oklahoma City because when Terrence Ferguson got killed in Tulsa, when I was playing for Oklahoma City, and I was outspoken about that shit, and I actually met his family, you know what I'm saying, and seen this little kid look just like him, spitting image of him, baby boy, like 2-3 years old. Before a game, I met his family. That shit fucked me up, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like it gotta be reformed in the justice system, like I said, and it has to be some type of. We gotta like they gotta be able to judge. They gotta do more background checks on people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I say that to say, like, when I was growing up, we did have white police officers come in our neighborhoods, and it was the police. If you black or white, it was the police. Like, if there was a black cop or white cop, it's the police. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I remember seeing the same cops come in our neighborhood. So
that's
we got
community police, and you got to know them.
Yeah, and like now we don't have a lot of people of our skin tone. We don't got a lot of black cops come in our neighborhoods that we familiar with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and that they can go beyond race. But if a cop, if certain cops policing your neighborhood, they gonna know who's a killer, who ain't that, who's a school guy. Who's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got people coming into our neighborhoods that don't know anything about our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? They don't know any, or they don't know anything about like the culture.